Hello, global family. Welcome to Daily Inspirations. We are reading Messiah's Incoming Words to get empowered with great words of God, true love, and happiness. Millions of people already are getting inspired by these words. You too, those who doing online or offline. Welcome. Let's read together, analyze together, discuss together how we could finish Heavenly Kingdom by 2027. More about meeting is below the video. Subscribe, like, share, and let's go directly with the words. The history of God's providence of restoration is a sorrowful history. The fact that God lost Adam and Eve is something to grieve over. The problem is that this loss did not end with those two individuals alone. Losing them meant losing their clan, and this lost clan has since expanded into people, nations, and the world. By losing Adam and Eve, God lost them all. Does the loss of Adam and Eve mean that God's kingdom and his sovereignty were lost? It meant the loss of God's family, God's clan, and the people for his kingdom. It means the loss of ideal of man and woman, the loss of God, only son and daughter. This is why the history of salvation, namely the history of the providence of restoration, is to recover one man and one woman, Adam and Eve. If Adam and Eve had not fallen but had prospered today, every single human beings among the many billions of people on our planet would be registered in the heavenly kingdom. Everyone would naturally enter in the kingdom of heaven as a family. Due to the fall of the first human ancestors, people could neither have their ancestors nor to be true descendants. Even God could not stand in the position of true God. Nothing was centering on God. So there was no basis to build a true family, a true society, a true nation. For this reason, we must seek the true root. And when we find it, we will also find a nation in which everyone can live together as one true family. This is why, through the providence of salvation, God has sought to build the one world, the world of hope, true peace, love, and honor. To realize this purpose, God sends the Savior. The true parents must came to earth and teach humanity to make God their central focus as individuals and to put God at the center of the family, the nation, and the world. By doing so, they are trying to return all humankind to the original world. Such is the course of the providence. God's hope is not for the Lord to return on the clouds in the sky and build a spiritual kingdom like a fantasy world. The reason he returned is to plant his feet on the ground and find the one bride who can receive God's total love. He does this work to recover all that was lost because 6,000 years ago, the first human ancestors became the false ancestors. Therefore, in the course of history, a perfect woman must emerge who is absolutely connected to God's love. She must join with the perfect man who lives in oneness with God's love. She is able to stand as the bride of the returning Lord, who comes as the bridegroom. That time is at hand. When they unite in this position, they are at the level of Adam and Eve before the fall. When they were loved by God in the Garden of Eden, they have reached the point to receive from God the three great blessings. With them emerge the foundation point on the earth that Satan cannot invade. Had Adam and Eve stood in this victorious position as the ancestors of humankind, the archangel Lucifer would not have become Satan. Rather, he would have attended them as a faithful servant. This is the principle of creation because they lost that position since that time. Human beings been orphans. Therefore, the true parents of humankind who can recover this position must appear on earth. The original Adam was one individual, yet he was meant to be the center of the family, the tribe, the nations, and the world. The culture would have been Adam's culture. From that culture, a language world have begun. A language would have begun. Thus, everything would have developed and prospered. Accordingly, all the events that connected to true parents can become source for creating a new culture. From this new culture, a true history of humankind can finally unfold. True family, society, people, nations, and true world can emerge. The teaching that true parents have established as the tradition will be central in every age. Thus, for human beings have based their hope for the world in a vision of the future, but not longer. Rather than looking forward to something yet to be realized, we will advance centering on the teaching that true parents are practicing here and now. It is based upon their teaching that history will advance. The heavenly nation to be erected based on those teachings will establish the center of the past, the present, and the future. Once this nation is inaugurated, its culture will not be short-lived. It will extend to the world and remain alive and well, becoming the source of culture or the future cultural development. There will be total honest. It will be the same wherever at the center or the end. Whether at the center, whether at the beginning or the end. The true olive trees we read in the Bible, in the book of Genesis, about the tree of life and tree of the knowledge of good and evil that grew in the Garden of Eden. These two trees symbolize the perfect father and mother. Originally, the human ancestors, Adam and Eve, perfect and having nothing to do with the fall, were to have been the roots of humankind. Having grown from those roots, all people were destined to live in the kingdom of heaven on earth. After death, they would have passed on to the kingdom of heaven in heaven and live it there eternally. God's purpose of creation is for humanity to form a single God-centered family in which all would be kin. Fallen human beings are wild olive trees stemming from wild roots. They need to receive a graft from the true olive trees, true parents, and be reborn as a true human beings. By so doing, humanity can realize the world according to God's ideal of creation. The eternal ideal kingdom of heaven that should have sprouted from the Garden of Eden. The hope of humanity is to receive the true parents, adopt the good traditions of their God-centered family, hand them down generation after generation, and thus build a united world of one language, one culture, one sovereignty of God. True parents are totally united with the love and the lineage of the absolute God. Hence, we can call true parents family which they established after their holy wedding, the true olive trees, while people in the fallen world are false olive trees. Then if we make a cut in a false olive trees and graft a cutting from a true olive trees onto it, it will eventually belong to the family of the true olive trees. This will connect people to God through love, through life, through lineage, and through conscience. And they can reach perfection. When they do, the kingdom of heaven on earth and heaven will unfold. God could not have his third generation, his grandsons and granddaughters. Satan has them and even has tribes of his own. They have multiplied to this day and built numerous countries. God, on the other hand, has never had even one perfect man or one perfect woman. The Messiah is the one who comes as the perfect man. He must find his bride and establish the position of the true parents through their marriage and by having children. On this basis, he can restore the original family of humankind. Had Adam and Eve became true parents of humankind, we would not have need the savior or religion. God would have found joy in the world of goodness that had no need of religion. God watched to build such a world on earth, but his desire was not fulfilled. The fall meant that Adam and Eve failed to unite with God. As a consequence, they failed to become true parents. They became false parents instead. Therefore, you must move from the false parents' lineage and return to God's through the true parents' lineage. You are all descendants of those false olive trees. You should have been true olive trees, but you became false olive trees who need to be reborn by receiving a graft from the true olive trees. True parents came as God's true olive trees. They are the ones who will give you rebirth. We cannot be born without parents. It is the law of heaven. True parents came to earth having the root of God's true love, true life, true lineage. Their mission is to cut down to their stumps the trees of fallen people, which were born from the root of the false love and graft the cutting of true love onto them. The human beings must find the root of God's true love that comes from the true olive trees. Only in the true parents it is impossible to find the truth. The true parents come with true love and true lineage. The false parents entangled human beings in false love and false lineage. We must build God-centered true families in the original world free of the fall. To build families of true sons and daughters, we need to connect to the true lineage. To become true parents, children, we must connect to their lineage. The parent-child relationship of the father-son relationship is absolutely impossible without the bond of blood. Not even God can sever that bond, not can Satan do it. For this reason, to usher in the complete testament age, we must receive the marriage blessing of true parents. That is why we can restore through indemnity the failures of the Old and New Testament ages. You were an orchard of false olive trees, but now you must become an orchard of the true olive trees by receiving the graft of the God's true lineage, the original standard. For this, you must achieve oneness in heart, oneness in body, and oneness in thought with true parent based on true olive. True parents refer to perfect Adam and Eve. It is this Adam and Eve who came to establish true families, true tribes, true people, true nations, the true world, the kingdom of heaven on earth, and the kingdom of heaven in heaven. Finally, even liberating God. True parents stand in the position to fulfill everything on every level. They are the most precious being that God ever sent to this world. when you follow them with absolute faith, absolute love, uh, and absolute obedience, you are certain to overcome any obstacle. True parents beget through love, through life, and through lineage. As children, we inherit this. The purpose of all religion is to lay the foundation on earth to inherit through parents' accomplishments. Salvation cannot be accomplished without a connection of true love, true life, and true lineage. The world is fallen because the false parents bond humankind with false love, life, and lineage, with the result that human beings fell into hell. In order to turn this around 180 degrees, true parents must emerge and connect humankind to true love, true life, true lineage. The marriage blessing engrafts cutting from the true olive trees onto false olive trees. True parents came as the true olive trees when the false children of this world receive a graft from the true olive trees. They can then be harvested as restored, reborn fruits that are free from fall and stored into the barns of the heavenly kingdom. This is the responsibility of the Messiah on earth. The Messiah came with the seeds of true children based on true love, due to the bonds of the false love, false life, and false lineage that resulted from the fall. Human beings became children of the enemy Satan, children whom God did not desire, since they were tied to that lineage by false love. God has been conducting the providence of salvation to purify them. Okay, this was Code for today. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining, reading. Please subscribe, like, share, and let's think about this. Please comment how these quotes help you today, and also any thoughts how we could move forward to extend this heavenly kingdom that we already built the 11th year by Messiah's coming to every corner of the world. For consultation and call me, because below the video there is a contact and descriptions, and cooperation. Contact me, send a donation to for peace. And have a great blessed day. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye bye.